Grandma, I always think about your father Will when you tell me about when he was trying to about your father Will.
Yeah, Will Dewberry.
When you told me about when he was they were coming after him and he had to hop a train.
Oh, honey, yeah. He was working down that in the plantation because we were living there in Georgia. And this white man that had this plantation, he was so mean he couldn't keep nobody, on his place no length of time. And so him and this black guy that worked with him, they was in the car just riding around. And they stopped and knocked on our door. And they were saying they were looking for somebody to come and work on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about what all they would give, what they give them so much money to live on every month. And then when you work the years when they gather the crop, but then he's going to count up your bills. And if he owe you money, then you get every money like in a lump sum. Honey, Papa took that job and they sent a truck and moved us. And I remember I was only about 7 years old. And this house we live in, I remember it had an upstairs. Because I used to go upstairs in the evening and I would sit in the window and watch the neighbors' kids going by. They going to school. We hadn't even started the school, I don't think, no, because we didn't really have no clothes to wear to school. We moved on that man's in the truck. We moved on that place. And for a few months, he would give Papa money for food. And he got tighter and tighter with the money. And if he worked, Papa worked that whole year. At the end of the year, he was waiting, thinking he gonna clear a few dollars. And then what man told him, he owed him. So Papa come out in debt. Well, that lets you know you gotta work another year because you didn't move up man's place owning it. So he worked another year. But we took less. He took less money for groceries that year. And I'm telling you, some days we didn't have nothing. Sometimes grave and bread. That's true. They would go to the store and they would get lard and they'd get meal and flour. Station stuff that you could keep. Mom would make a big old fry full of gravy, a long pan of cornbread, and she'd cut onions up in that gravy and season it, and that would be a meal. Worked another year, and he was come out in debt that year. He was getting deeper and deeper. So we wondered, did Papa asked him about the bill or what? But honey, he beat him up so. I think this was after about 3 years. And this white man wore brass knuckles. And he beat him all in the face and on his head. And when Papa come home, Mama said she didn't hardly know who he was. His face was swollen so and his eyes was almost closed. Well, that white man had beat him. And so, but he still had to get up and go to work. So Mama wrote his sister, he had a sister in Detroit. And Mama wrote her and told her where it happened. And she said, you all should send for him because he can't stand another beat like this. His sister sent Mama some money, and Mama wrote it. She wrote a note and gave it to my brother. He was 14 at the time. Papa was scared to go to town because they know you didn't have no money, and they feel like he was getting away. And he was scared to go to town. And that's the way that white man, he had all those people on the place scared of him. And this he had a black guy that would work on the weekend while he was gone because he lived in town. And this black guy was staying with this white man, he would lie on those people. And a lot of times they would get beats and wouldn't even know why. This black guy would lie on them. And so when this letter came back from his sister, she sent some money, and Mama wrote a note. And she wrote his overall size, shoe size, she wrote it on paper and gave it to my brother. They didn't pay kids no pension going to town, so he went to town and he bought Papa some shoes, socks, overalls, jumpers. A jumper is a thing, just like you know what overall look like.
Yeah.
Well, then they made jumpers to go with it. And they matched two pieces.
Okay.
And so that's when he picked up Papa to get him ready to come north. And so on a Saturday, the boss didn't come out. He didn't come out. He left Friday. He didn't come back from Monday. Papa got up before day this Saturday morning after my brother went and picked out these clothes for him. And he got ready and he walked to town. And he caught the train for Detroit. But then he had Saturday and Sunday to travel because the man wasn't coming back to the country to the farm till Monday. So when Papa didn't show up at work, then he started wanting to know where he was. He come out to the house. We were so scared, yeah, until Mama sent my brother, the 14-year-old. And he come home and he got me and my brother and Gladys. And they carried us down in the woods. And we wasn't far from the woods. And he carried us down there. And by that time, the man had got out of his car and walked across the field because he had rolled up and down the road until he saw Mama out there working in the field, and he stopped. He come straight down there where we was. And they had them dug a place where they were digging up stumps, and it was a big old hole there. And we got down there and we sit down. We were so scared. And that white man come down there and look, what y'all doing down here? Get on back to that house. We come on out the hole and we walked on back up to the house. Our house was side the road. That's why he found us. Then he goes out in the field where Mama was. And he reason he followed us, he thought we were running down in the woods. I guess he thought Papa was down there. And so when he found out he wasn't, he went on back to the field and asked Mama, where's Will? Mama said, he's in Detroit. I said, where's Will? She said, he's in Detroit, Michigan. You's a lie. She said, no, I ain't. He's in Detroit. And he had on them, he grabbed the flea off and hit it, Mama. And she had the hole in front of it. He hit that hole and broke it. Yeah, he hit that. If he'd have hit her, he probably would have killed her. And that whole hound broke. And the man that we was living on the place at that time, he was out there in the field working too. He told him, he said, get off my property. And he was standing up there looking, and he said, well, I'll tell you what you do. You stay until I get back. And so this white man run across the road to his house to get his gun. And this guy saw he meant business, and y'all have seen him making it to his car. And by the time the man got his gun and come out the house, he was done took off. He was gone. And I really believe that's what saved Mama's life. Yeah, and he went on. And so we didn't see him no more until a couple of weeks. We see him driving by the house again. And I don't know what, that ought to have been about 40 miles away. But he would, every now and then, you see him going up and down, pacing our house.
Hoping he might see Will there.
Hoping he would see me. And so after Papa was gone so long, then his daughters brought him back to visit. And when he came back and found out that man was still driving up and down the road looking for him, well, he was scared, he got scared to stay at home. So he stayed for the weekend, but he stayed in the house. And so when they left out, he went back with them. Well, he didn't like Detroit. And so he went to Birmingham and started living with his other daughter in Birmingham. He liked it that better. It was too cold here for him.